Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Big Game Sports Buzz, where the sports fanatic and the pro athlete get together and talk about all those things that are sports and related to sports.
What's tickling you, my friend?
I don't know, guys. Like, you making movements and stuff, man. I can
Oh
see.
man, because I just learned how to point at you on this shit. You know, I mean, on this stuff. My wife told me I swore a little too much last week. Sorry. I just learned how to point so it ain't the wrong direction. I used to always go like,
That's how we.
"Hey, he over there," and I'm pointing at myself.
Yeah,
so.
you're pointing at yourself.
You
I'm with stupid. All right, so I am Jay Stocks. I'm Jay Stocks. The Buff Nerd.
He's gonna be the dead nerd in a minute.
Hey, that's like an hour drive, bro. So I got some time. And of course, that is the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why we're even here. The guy they call Big Game James. What up?
What
man?
up?
How you doing?
Man,
what's going on, man? It's Thursday.
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. And Thursday is my favorite day of the week now, bro.
Say, man, it's Friday's Eve.
That too.
It's Friday's Eve, but we get a chance to talk to each other.
I was basically just talking about, getting on here, kicking it with you, dog. Since you live in Calcutta, I can't just see you. You know what I'm saying all the
time. It's not me
bro.
that lives in Calcutta, sir. That's you. That's I have to get a passport to come to where you are.
Man, there we go.
Canada.
There we go.
Da, 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 da. I don't know the words because I'm not Canadian.
My home and native land. I'm not Canadian either, but
But your last name is Canada, so
yeah. And quick story is, when on the sideline at University of Nevada before the game started, there was a section of about 20 guys, and they were saying like the first 3 lines of the Canadian national anthem before.
There you go.
It was kind of hot. It was kind of cool. Got me hyped, ready to play.
So see, you know that, but we digress. Yo, I feel like it's been a while since even though we see each other on Tuesdays, Chop Shop, 6 p.m. right here on the Big Game, Entertainment, Sports Buzz, platforms, right? YouTube, Facebook,
we working
Spotify,
on that name,
Apple Podcasts. You know what I'm saying? All those things, and of course on Roku, ASAP, All Sports All Plays Network. Just making sure that you can watch us on there. And of course, we come here Thursday, 6 p.m. Every week, trying to give you the best. Not trying, we're giving you the best content that's out there. And we bring some special people on. This past week, we had Mike Sidor from The Crew, who came on and spoke with us and spoke at us and spoke around us, and it was really good. We had a really good time.
Jay, I don't know if you saw the message Mike sent after the show. He was like, well, Big Game, if you ever wanted a White Claw sponsorship, you could kiss that goodbye. But it was just like, it was right on time, man, when he sent it, and I kind of went ham and went in on the young dudes. If y'all missed that, Y'all check out the Chop Shop from this past Tuesday. And Jay, one thing about me is
what's up?
My filter doesn't work well. I think it's broke. And
on your mouth or the brain?
My mouth. My brain don't I got hit in the head too many times. I don't know if I've ever had a filter up there. But my mouth, the filter in my mouth don't work. And I kind of just say what I feel sometimes, and I don't think about it. That's why my wife looked at me last week. She said, "Ooh, you was on one last week." I said, "What happened?"
Boy.
She said, "Ooh." She said, "Listen to it. She said you was on fire." But at the same time, I don't say I speak the truth. I speak my truth, and I speak how I feel. So sometimes it come out, and if I offend you, I ain't sorry, but I'm sorry.
Not sorry. Look here. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and of course, tackle that bell so you know when Big Game entertainment does come on. We have other shows that are coming on. I'm telling you, it's about to go really down, and I'm really excited for the content that is happening, not only just from the 2 shows that are coming, but also some great stuff from some great content creators. So, yo, keep it locked here. But you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. Let's go ahead and let's get into it.
Do that.
Yeah, and what I want to do is go ahead.
Big Low, but you already said something different, so I feel something good coming.
No. What I want to do is go ahead and just run down the 4 downs so you know what's coming up. So you can go ahead and comment, because that's what we want you to do. We want you to engage with us, because we love telling you when you're wrong. Especially, I hope Ron is on today. Ron hadn't been on for a minute, came back in the chop shop like, you know what I'm saying, like a cannonball. You know, just like
he came out like he had a Uzi in his hand.
No, I'm pretty much like Katy Perry. He came out like Katy Perry. And that's where I'm just gonna stay with.
Hey man, you know Katy Perry's a sensitive subject around here. Top 5 R&B.
Really? I didn't know that. Yo, for tonight, here's our 4 downs that we're gonna tackle. We're gonna tackle Canelo. Did his legacy get tarnished this past weekend? Strength of NFL schedule came out today. Yo, I think somebody is playing. I think somebody is really playing around right now. Of course, we're going to talk about playoffs.
Somebody ain't playing nobody.
Anyway, playoffs. We got to ask that question. Do we see any Game 7s coming up? And we're going to talk about who is the team to beat in the NFC and AFC. And, of course, we have our hell nah. And one got to go. And, of course, our now infamous top 5. So, let's get into it. First down.
Do this.
Canelo Alvarez this past weekend went up in class. Went up in weight class. It made me cough because this dude, I don't think should have done that, because he went up there, got into the ring with a man by the name of Dimitri Bivol, and summarily got smacked around.
Man.
And, to be honest, the scorecards, they were very nice to him, because it was not that close.
So was it way closer on the scorecard? I mean, way closer. The judges made it way closer than it needed to be. You felt like that too, huh, Jay? Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was just me for a minute, man.
Like they're saying, it was like 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's all Bivol had. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm watching this. I went back, watched highlights, was like, okay, read on it. I was like, no, this dude, he was in control. There may have been 1 round, maybe 2.
I'll say 2. I think Canelo got desperate in 2 of those rounds where he threw a little bit more. Yeah. But at the same time, Bivol was still absorbing all the punches, man.
And I think that definitely scared Canelo. Like, now I'm throwing some haymakers. I mean, I'm coming from my ankles.
And Jay, that's what he's done so many times in all his past fights. He'll beat you down, and he would take those hard shots, and he'd just chop your body down, not even going to your face. He would break guys down by hitting them in the forearm, hitting them in the bicep, hitting them, you know what I'm saying, in the shoulders. Next thing you know, they just can't even get their guard up no more, and they catch hell from it. Bivol was just sitting there like,
I already know what you're about to do.
That's it? Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you look, homeboy.
Man, and if you look at the end of that fight, Bivol actually acknowledges, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You hurt my arms, man, with them shots, but you hurt my arms. That's right. You hurt my arms. So the question is, Big Game, you're a pro athlete. You see something like this. Do you think this tarnished Canelo's legacy?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it made him wake up and realize that the journey to unifying belts in different weight classes, he's gonna have to pump the brakes on it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, I think he walked into this like, yo, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna handle my business. I got this. And afterwards, I know he realized, but at the same time, we saw it when he lost to Floyd, right?
Right.
He's a competitive guy. He's a smart guy. He'll rework it. I just think he needs to get to one weight class and do that. But that the light heavyweight, that's not it. At least not right now. Not the way that he fights. He can't do it. He's not heavy enough to do it and to jump up. And we all know hey, man, he ended up coming back down before the fight started.
Sure.
Well, not really coming back down. They usually go back up before the fight starts once they make the weigh in. But chemically, his body didn't have the chemical makeup, I think, to go in there and mess with Bivol, because Bivol was, I'm not gonna lie, I never really heard him before until this fight. But when I watched him fight, his strategy in the ring, he didn't waver from it. He had a game plan. He protected himself well. His defense was on par, and he sat out there and just picked them apart like a sniper in Call of Duty.
Listen, man, for a fighter to have 21 fights or 20 fights coming in, right? Undefeated, but to have 20 fights coming in, I mean, he looked very poised, very mature, like, I'm in control. I know what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. Like, he controlled the fight and made Canelo look like, okay, not an amateur, but you are being outclassed. This is not where you belong. You should not be here.
Right.
And that's my opinion. I know some people will feel different, but I don't know anyone that feels like Canelo was robbed. Nobody.
They can feel what they want, but truth is truth. And this is my whole thing, Jay. And you always come at me like, hey man, you the pro. You tell me what you think. You're the fan, so tell me how this thought process works from a fan standpoint. Because sometimes some fans come through and they will never accept the fact that the person that they like or the team that they like lost or did something wrong. Like, when is it where you quit looking at being a fan and just looking at what really happened? When do you become realistic? Yo, Mr. Stone, what up, big dog? So you know what I'm saying?
It's one of those things where, man, there's fandom and fanaticism, and it's where you just know that I like this dude because I like this dude, and there's no one that's gonna talk me out of me not liking him. I'll give you a great example as we try to figure out where Big Game's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? He's lost in the metaverse, but he'll be back. But man, I'm looking at a battle between a group of guys. Okay, a group text going on, and my dude is going in on like how great James Harden is. Like, really? That's the hill you're gonna die on? I mean, he's bringing up stats and he's doing this and he's doing, he's talking all this stuff, and especially he's talking about how James Harden is better than Isaiah.
I look like we lost Jay Stoggs there for a minute, but yeah, at what point in time does it come down to the fans being realistic about what's going on, right? It's easy, I believe, you're supposed to represent your people. You're supposed to represent who you cheer for. But aren't you also supposed to be realistic in what goes on with your team and your squad? And you got to sit back and call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? If your team is doing bad, you have to acknowledge it. If your team is doing great, you acknowledge it, right? But I hate when I see people cheer for a team and never one time will they waver away from what's really going on. And a lot of Canelo fans came into this fight talking about what's going on and that he didn't lose and he was cheated, but he wasn't. He lost. He got beat by a better fighter. And now is Canelo his legacy tarnished Jay Stoggs' ass? Nah. But, it's going to be a while, before I think he gets back. I think he got knocked off the pedestal, is what I want to say. He got knocked off the pedestal, and he'll climb back up and be right back on top of it again, because that's the kind of fighter and person that he is. Canelo doesn't really waver. away from, what goes on. So, I mean, that's all that was. That's that first down of, is Canelo Alvarez's legacy tarnished? Nah, it's not. It may suffer a little bit of a setback. It may settle a little bit of a dent, but it's not by any means tarnished because he's a great fighter. He just stepped into a ring with a lion he wasn't ready to fight. He stepped into the wrong cage. He barked up the wrong tree, and he got called out on it. I mean, that's pretty much what that was in a nutshell. And, I think when it all is said and done in the end, no one's gonna look back and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Canelo Alvarez did this, this, and this, and he was never that guy." He'll bounce back and he'll do what he's supposed to do because that's what Alvarez does. He's a strong, hard-working fighter. He's gonna get his work in. He's gonna get his work done, and it is what it is. But we're about to move on to second down. The NFL strength of schedule came out. And it leaves a lot to be talked about. And Jay Styles trying to hit me up right now, y'all, and figure out what's going on. Give me 1 second. So, yeah, NFL strength of schedule is coming out. And this is my whole thing. I think they do it based on straight just percentages of wins and losses of the teams you have on that schedule from the year before. And it's always crazy to see these numbers and if they really come up with the right thing off the rip all the time. I don't know if I'm going to pull this up and we're going to share it on the screen. Let me see. Let's see if I can get him back in like this. Hold on 1 second, y'all. But all right, there we go. We got Jay Styles getting ready to pop back in. But the NFL strength of schedule came out today, and I believe that. Hey, welcome back, Buff Nerd.
Man, I'm back. See, that's what happens, bro. They hate on you. They hate on you.
They don't want you to be great, huh?
Man, they just.
So I finished talking about Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
I think I rambled on for a minute. I think I did a good job of faking the funk while I was trying to help see if I can get you back in here. But cool. Second down was this strength of schedule, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we got to talk about this strength of schedule. And I was just saying before you came back in, Jay, that I believe it's the percentages of wins they look at combined cumulative of the teams you're playing.
From the past season, yes.
Right. So before we even look at it and talk about it, do you think that this is the right way for the NFL to do this? Like, do you think it's a fair assessment to even – should we even – okay, here's a better question. Should we even come out with a strength of schedule since there's so many changes that happened in the offseason before we even see that team play?
No, because on paper last year, I said, hey, the Washington football team should win the NFC East.
I'm proud.
You thought I was going to say it, but last year they were the football team.
They were. I'm proud.
This year they're the commies. But last year they were the football team. Yeah, I'm going to get it in. I mean, so, who saw the Bengals being this great? Who saw the Rams doing this? I mean, no one did. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest here. So, no, we thought Cleveland was going to be better. They weren't.
True.
So I mean, there were surprises. So,
but do you think there were surprises?
Yeah.
Do you think it helps a team that is said to have the hardest schedule to come out and play differently, opposed to a team that has they quote unquote eat? Because I know from a player standpoint, and I know from the great coaches I've had at all levels, it's certain things as a coach and a player, as a team, you don't look at and focus on because it can distract you very easily.
Yes.
And it can set a trap. And I believe that this has become a trap that fans and media people buy into that I don't think teams buy into it as much as we do.
Listen, I was just about to say, I played some semi-pro ball, right? Polka. This is what I will say. This type of stuff for real, is for fans. It's for nobody else.
Okay.
It's strictly for fans to talk about and keep the NFL relevant.
Okay.
Like right now we're having, I can't wait to see the schedule come out. Like it's like a big to-do for the schedule to come out. So we can debate about it for the next 3 months, right? Until the first game. Like it don't just put the schedule out. Put it out. Put it out. And who you're really gonna it flips every 4 years. Every 4 years.
Right.
So you know who's playing who when.
Right.
You know that. Now there's gonna be some changes here and there, like, the Bengals and the Cowboys, like that's a change, right? Because we generally, and if I'm not mistaken, that's Thanksgiving, which I'm actually kind of ticked off about because that's not who we play on Thanksgiving.
But then y'all Thanksgiving opponent changes every year, doesn't it?
It's usually the same ones. Like,
so it's usually a division game, basically on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, generally it's a division game, or it's like we've played the Lions or the Bears or like someone like that. Like but it's never. We played Miami, I believe on Thanksgiving before. Yeah, so I mean,
are you scared, Jay? Are you scared?
Nah, man. Come on.
Sound like you got some excuses.
I'm not scared. No, this is me being that traditionalist. Whereas I like my football to be football, and I don't want it to be anything else.
It is football. It's just against the Bengals this time instead of the Vikings or the Bears.
But it's also one of those things where, you know who you play. Like we know at the end of the regular season, we're more than likely going to play Philly within those last
division game late. Right.
Yeah. That's what it is. So I know that if that game is here in Texas, I'll invite my friend again to say, hey, come down from Philly and let's see if we can't make this thing happen. Right? Because I told him if it's a Philly game in the winter, I'm not going. First of all, I don't like the people, and I definitely don't like the weather. So
the weather sucks in the winter. The traffic sucks all the time.
And the fans.
I don't think street lines even exist in Philadelphia. They're there, but I don't think they know what they mean. They just get over, honk, and keep it moving.
There's suggestions. So no, for the strength of schedule, for me, this is really more about, for the fans. But it's fun to look at. You say, okay, the LA Rams, they should be number one, right? They should have the hardest strength of schedule. Because
they won the Super Bowl?
Because they won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Now, why Arizona's second, I don't know. It could be division.
I was about to say, maybe it's some of the division. I mean, maybe it's the divisions they're playing.
Yeah. And the NFC East is crap. Look, I got to admit that. It's crap. It's trash.
I don't think you could really lie and have us believe that it's not crap.
I mean, the bottom 4 schedules, according to this, are all of the NFC East.
And that's because the whole division sucked last year.
Because the whole division sucked
minus the Cowboys. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny.
Well, the Cowboys, and to that point, they really didn't beat anyone over 500.
They didn't. You're right.
So, now listen, I'm a Cowboys fan. You see this. I'm a Cowboys fan. But, folks, I'm a football fan first. And when I see stuff like that, I have to call it out. Now, when I see like Houston Texans, they should have an easier strength of schedule because of what's been happening with him. Right. I'm thinking Jacksonville, Jets, like these people.
But look at the Falcons. The Falcons in New Orleans are up their strength of schedule.
This doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, wow. And
so that's why I say, look, we can talk about the strength of schedule, but it's for fans.
And if you want to see more of that, it's on my Twitter account on the at JCan97. It's on there. It's all over the internet. You can check it out, and it has the percentages of all the teams up there. I believe that this is something that people look into And it's no big deal because, like I said, depending on what your draft is like, how those guys grade out, if they are ready to play, how your free agents fit your system, you don't know what that's going to look like by the time until training camp starts and you get them gelling and together. So until you see that, you can tell me what I did last year, but we always say last year is last year. That's the attitudes we live by as athletes, right? And coaches, that's what we say. But at the same time, you're looking at last year to tell me how strong my schedule is this year.
Yeah.
And to me, it only makes an excuse for the people whose teams suck.
Yeah.
Well, we had the toughest schedule in the league if you look at it.
Exactly.
Dog, y'all suck. You lost.
Exactly.
Because if you were good enough, this is my whole thing. You got 53 people on 32 teams that all get paid money to play a game.
Yes.
So at some point in time, your set of pros got to be better than another set of pros.
That's it.
Everybody's a pro, right?
Everybody's a professional.
Excuse. Line up, play the game, see what happens.
Some are better than others, but yes, that's how it goes. But I'm with you on that.
That's just me, man.
Let's go ahead and let's get into that third down.
We'll do that.
Playoffs still happening. The NBA, national, and actually NHL, which we can definitely talk about. But I know that some people that's not where they are. But we will talk about NHL playoffs at some point.
When you say some people, there's only one other person on here with you, Jay.
Listen, you are who you are, Go Devils, even though they're not in the playoffs. I'm just saying.
Go Lightning.
They are in the playoffs.
I know.
Very good. So, look, here's the question. We're wheels off now. So here's the question. Do we see or foresee, because a lot of them have gone they're in game 6, right? Mm-hmm. So I believe it's Boston and Milwaukee game 6. Definitely Mavs, Suns game 6. Who else you got? Miami and Sixers game 6. So do we see this going to game 7? Do we see any of the playoffs going to game 7?
I think they all could, and no one would be surprised. The only thing, and I'm going to jump the gun a little bit.
Yeah.
The only team that made me mad last night really is the Golden State Warriors. Here it is. Ja Morant is out, and they went in that game non-focused, and Draymond Green got in his feelings, talking about he didn't want to hear Memphis frontrunners playing their playoff anthem. Well, beat them, right? So, to me,
that's it.
Golden State should be the only team that's not in danger of going to a game 7. Honestly, they should be able to go back to the Chase Arena, whatever it's called, out in San Francisco, and win that game.
Yeah. Are they in Oakland? Are they in San Fran or Oakland?
They're not in Oakland no more. They moved. The new arenas in San Francisco.
I told you nobody want to be in Oakland, man. Oakland has lovely people. Lovely people.
See, you see this hat, right?
I see it. Bay yay. That's what I say. Bay yay.
Don't hate, man. Don't make me.
I'm not hating.
We start cussing again, Jay, and I'm
trying
to be Christian like today. But no, I think these games can very easily go to game 7s because I'm not trying to be funny. You and I had a conversation, like me and a bunch of other people, that Dallas is in trouble after the first 2 games, right?
Yeah,
Dallas came back to Dallas, and all of a sudden it's like, new series.
Right.
They got to come back tonight to play, right? So we don't know what it's going to look like.
Mavs
Mania is for real. That game could go game 7. If it does, I won't be surprised. Now, everyone's going to say, Phoenix just took their foot off the gas and they they got beat. They figured out a way to lose.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say that. They got beat by a team that's competitive. And to me, Luka Doncic gets in the team's way sometimes because he wants to do more than he needs to do. Play within the team, and games 1 and 2 might have been different.
That very true. Very true. Could have stole one off of there, and but Luka has to be Luka, and somebody's got to say, "Hey, man." But you know what? The other guys have to knock down shots.
Yeah,
you're right. At the end of the day, Dinwiddie has to knock down shots. Kleber has to knock down shots, and Powell has to knock down shots. And if
Dorian
they don't,
Finney-Smith hit everything. He looked like he had 2 bazookas on his shoulder shooting at Coke cans. He just poo, 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 just blowing them up.
8 3-pointers, bro. 8 3-pointers. I mean,
he's never shot like that. I don't know if he ever can again. But he did it when it counted. But yeah.
In board hands, yeah.
Did you see the Boston-Milwaukee game last night?
I only caught some of the box score.
Let me say this.
What's up?
I was talking about my man Al Horford a couple games ago.
Yeah.
You know, I love Al Horford to death. He played for my Hawks for a long time. Yeah. I hated to see him leave. Right. But it was funny because I said, hey, Al's just a little too old. My wife and I were talking about it. I said, Al a couple years ago, I give it to him. All of a sudden, Al Horford flipped the switch, right?
Hey.
Austin got back in there, dominated. To me, last night, Marcus Smart did some things to kind of blow that game.
Yeah, he did. But it's Marcus Smart.
It is. But at the same time, I can't take anything away from why am I drawing a blank right now? My man from Milwaukee that used to play for the Pacers. I'm tripping.
Holiday?
Yeah, I mean, I just had the biggest conversation about Holiday being that difference maker yesterday. Yeah. Giannis played tough, but to me, Jason Tatum, I talked about him being maybe the next face of the NBA. He disappeared last night. To me, Marcus Smart should have never had the ball bringing it up late in the game anyway.
I agree.
To get it ripped and stolen, and then the block Holiday had before that to get that ball back. I mean, it was just amazing, dog. I love watching it happen. But that's a good series. You know, Milwaukee came in. Yeah. They got one in the Garden, or I still call it the Garden, whatever it is. Yeah. Boston's going to get that back. But Tatum is going to have to do more to be the man if Boston's going to get out of the series.
And I think that's the best series that's going right now is the Milwaukee-Boston series. I think that's the best one right now going. That's what's up. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's hit this fourth down, man. Kind of talking about, going back to the strength of schedule, who do you see that's the best team in the NFC this coming up year? And it's way early to predict, I know that. But who do you see as the best team in the NFC?
And Jay, just like you hate one gotta go and those memes and them questions, I hate when people start asking me before I even see any training camp, anything. Yep. Who do I like the most out of a conference right now? Exactly. Yeah. But going off of what was done last year and what I saw draft wise, if Lamar Jackson can be healthy and play well, don't sleep on Baltimore on what they can do. And I have to think that the Bengals still have a chance again as well.
Okay.
And I know I skipped over some teams you probably big game. There's some teams you didn't say.
Those are AFC teams. And so I'm really curious about the NFC team. You still think I was about to call them St. Louis. Do you still think the LA Rams?
I don't think the Rams did enough. I don't think they had enough draft capital. They lost Von Miller. They didn't get him back. They lost which one of the linebackers? They lost a couple different pieces on defense. Yeah. They traded Robert Woods late last year, right? He's in Tennessee now. They don't sign Odell Beckham Jr. back. Right. Are they really going to look the same on offense? I don't know. I don't believe the Rams are that team in the NFC. Now, if you want me to say who is,
yes, I do.
I don't know. Is that not acceptable?
It really isn't because you named 2 AFC teams, but really want to see where you are on the NFC teams.
I believe the NFC is up for grabs by a couple of different teams.
I'm kind of surprised you to say Tampa Bay.
I know you are. And the thing is, I want to say Tampa Bay. We've had a few pieces lost, but I didn't want to seem like a homer. I didn't want to seem like a homer.
Because, I would say the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Yeah, but we would laugh at you. And you probably are going to the Dallas Cowboys.
I would laugh at myself.
We would
because
laugh
it's not Dallas.
You'd say it, but I don't know if you really believe it.
I don't believe it at all.
Exactly. There you go.
I don't believe it at all.
Like, looking at that whole list, the way things looked. Yeah. I'm going to also say and believe that there's a team on here that I don't think we can underestimate. And they're from your conference. I think they're going to be better. The Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're going to be a little bit better this year. But other than that, if I had to go to in the NFC, I believe Tampa's up there. I think they have to be. And then I just don't know after that. Honestly, I say Philadelphia did things to add the pieces, but sometimes I still don't know if Jalen Hurts is really that guy.
Ooh, that's a shot. But you know what? I agree. I think there's something culturally going on in Philly that they're not sure, and because of the way they're treating Hurts as we don't know if he's really our guy. We're putting pieces together, but it's not really gonna fit for him. It's really gonna fit for the next guy. I think that's going to be an issue, and I don't think they're as good as they possibly can be. I'm actually looking at Arizona because I know.
Go ahead. I'm going to tell you what I think when you're done and see if we agree on this.
Now, when Hop comes back.
Okay, there it is.
When Hop comes back.
6 games, Jay. He's going for 6.
But they added an extra game, and, they also have another receiver that's out there that, they
Hollywood.
If
was a 5th, we all be drunk.
Well, let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. Sometimes players need a new place, a new change of scenery.
Okay, I get it.
And they need something that's going to say, "Hey, look, we're going to get you the ball, and we're going to get you the ball down the field." Because, yes, in Baltimore, the ball could go down the field, but it was not going down the field. So that's why I say I think when you look at Arizona, they have a good tight end. They have a great tight end who is not, he's still good. You have receivers. You have a good defense. You have a dynamic quarterback. And though you are in the NFC West, San Francisco, they're still hedging on Trey Lance. We don't know where Jimmy G is going.
But he's still on the roster right now. And I think
he is.
With Jimmy, they played in the AFC Championship game. I mean, the NFC Championship game last year. Can we really look past them? And why did neither one of us say Green Bay?
We already know why.
Okay.
Because they have Deuce Rogers up there.
Okay.
They have the douchey Rodgers, man.
But do they have a chance at all? Do you think they have a chance at all? Honestly,
I don't.
Not just because he's, as you would say, douchebag Rodgers.
Yeah. I also look, if you have a rookie receiver whom they really feel confident about, I don't know. I don't think that defense has to be bolstered. I think more. They still haven't addressed special teams. And, I think if you hit Aaron real good, he'll fold like a napkin, man. So.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't playing. So your NFC team would be who?
My NFC team's Arizona. And I hate to admit, I don't want them to be there. But I think it's actually going to be until someone knocks LA off. I think the nucleus is still there, even though they've, gotten rid of some key pieces. But yeah, I think for AFC, I think it will be the Bengals. They're young. They've just improved, and I also think it's Buffalo.
Oh wow!
I think Buffalo.
Do you think it's disrespectful that we didn't mention Kansas City?
Absolutely not.
Do you think they ever get back again now? 2 years removed from.
I think it's going to be like the Pats and the Colts, where they're battling back and forth, but because of the way the division's set up and the playoffs usually set up, I think they'll see each other before their AFC Championship. So they're going to see each other in the playoffs. But Buffalo is young enough, and they've got the players in there that I'm curious to see how large of a hit Tyreek Hill not being there now will be for that offense.
He doesn't run routes. He runs straight down the field. He's just fast. But, Jay, you know what Kansas City Chiefs fans are saying to you right now?
What's that?
Oh, hell no. 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 Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Man, if that's not a great segment. If that's not a great segment.
Oh, man. Thank you. I'm trying to get better at it.
Dude, you did that thing. Yo, that's right. Sometimes in the week, somebody says something, does something, writes something, prints something, or just, or something that makes us say, oh, hell no. Yo, Big James, what you got, man?
Man, mine is not really a bonehead. Like there's a lot of things that happened, and I was about to hit you with, a couple of them, and I stopped and thought about it. The WNBA season kicked off, right?
Yes.
And here it is. We're talking about the WNBA and trying to get a lot more excited about it. I think a lot of people are. And here, one of the biggest stars of the WNBA is not here because she's sitting in a Russian prison, and that's Brittany Greiner. And I don't know if there's anything that anyone here can really do, but the more I think about it, I think the charges are trumped up and bogus. I think this is Russia's way of just trying to stick it to America, and you did it to a female basketball player. It's just, oh, hell no. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn if she had 100 pounds of hashish oil in her bag, right?
Right.
It's come on, man. That doesn't warrant what's going on and what could happen to Brittany Greiner, man. I think she needs to be home, not just because she's an athlete and she plays ball, but I said, I think the whole thing is bogus, and she helps generate revenue over there for them anyway. Yeah, and they just doing this to try to stick it to us. So my whole oh hell no this week, man, is having to tune into the NBA and not really see one of the WNBA staples on the court right now because of her legal trouble, what she's going through overseas.
That's a good one, man. I'm definitely down with that. For me, it's. I want to do two, but I'll just do one. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I gotta mention it again. It's the kid that decided that he needed to put his hands on Chris Paul's mom and push his wife. Nah, yeah, you can catch that, man.
Right.
I've been hearing all kinds of comments, reading all kinds of tweets where it's like, yo, players should get 5 minutes with cats like this. I agree. Give them 5 minutes. Like, yo, how do you stop this? Give them 5 minutes.
Because it's my whole thing, man.
Yeah.
People are tough in environments where they know nothing can really happen to them.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Realistically, if Chris Paul goes and he reacts, security's going to be up there so fast. Police going to be up there so fast. It's going to get broken up. Old boy's going to stay safe. Then he's going to try to sue Chris Paul over some BS, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that Chris Paul never really had a legit chance of putting hands on him, it made him a tough guy. So to me, this is my whole thing. Oh, hell nah to all you people who go to sporting events and think that you can be a tough guy behind your ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Meet me down in the players' parking lot where it really, you know what I'm saying, if you really want this shit to go down, dog, because we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Hey, you see, hey, hold on. We can make it happen. You know what? Hey, you know where to find me.
Man.
Catch me outside, girl. Catch me outside, fool.
You know what I mean? I'm appalled, bro. Like I'm really sick because that's not how Dallas fans are. That's not how we react. That's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you can be a fanatic. You can be a fan of your team, but that has nothing to do with you and that player's person. Like even if it don't even matter. It don't matter if that was Chris Paul's wife, mom. It doesn't even matter if it was just a regular Phoenix fan. Leave them alone. Enjoy the game. Root for your team. Boo that player.
They in there cheering on they loved ones and they team. They're supposed to. They're supposed to be able to do that. Like
absolutely.
Like who was it? Kevin Hart made a great point on a talk show on Jimmy Kimmel Live about the old profession of a comedian and a heckler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Jay, you've done some stand-up. I don't know if anybody's seen it besides, your 5 closest friends, but you did some stand-up. I'm just joking with Jay's talk show.
Yeah.
You've done stand-up.
Yes, sir.
There's an old common line between the heckler and the comedian.
Yeah.
And normally, you tell a joke, you shut the heckler up because you get on his neck.
Yeah.
Now, these fools are rushing stages, right?
Yeah.
Thinking that they have a right to protest and say what they're against. Don't go to the show. But just like an NBA event, old tradition is you and I go to a game, right, Jay?
Yep.
We watch two of our favorite. We go to the Cowboys Buccaneers game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm booing the Cowboys as they on the field and making things happen,
Right.
and I'm giving you a hard time. You laughing. My team come on, you do the same thing. Out of good fun, we respect it, right?
Yeah.
We keep on with it. I know we're gonna leave there peacefully, but it's just like when Ron Lamb and MJ came to Dallas to go to the Raiders game.
Yeah.
People wanted to fight them because of them representing the Raiders. Some fans, not all Dallas fans, but it's always one or two that take the place.
Sure.
So all Maverick fans can't get looped in with the one idiot that thought that he could go outside. But like I said, quit hiding behind your tickets, dog. Don't hide behind your ticket, homie.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, what up, Big Hirsch? Good to see you, man. Look, yeah, I agree with you, bro. People on the internet, they get, they internet gangsters, that we used to call them on wax, banging on wax.
Banging on
right?
wax, yeah, dog.
You know what I'm saying? You big and tough behind a mic. You big and tough behind a computer screen. You're big and tough behind security, but the reality is you get out there in them streets and you want to say what you want to say, it's totally different.
Totally different.
It's totally different.
I'm too old to be fighting. I'm going to tell everybody right now. Well, I'm too old to be fighting, bro, so don't come at me with no nonsense, bro.
Well, I'm going to say it like this, man. Hirsch makes a point about Tyson, and if you don't know or if you hadn't heard, Tyson was let off. They did not press charges or anything.
Nor should they have. The dude asked for it. Mike Tyson was trying to sleep on the airplane, and he just kept being a jackass, man.
Exactly. And you know what? I love it. I love the fact that no charges were brought against him. He's living his best life. You know what I'm saying?
You had the button right now. Oh, man. Hell no.
That's for sure. Yo, let's go ahead. Let's get into this. That I really hate this, but yo, sometimes on social media, you see these stupid memes and they ask you a ridiculous question. One gotta go. So, yo, big game.
What's up, man?
Let's go ahead. Pop it up, bro. It's on you, man.
I mean, it's going to be so easy tonight. You're going to be like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
All right.
Super easy. One got to go.
Which one?
Colors. Red, black, gray, or blue. One got to go. Red, black, gray, or blue. Hey, I was trying to save time for this top five. So I came up with something real easy. Because I was going to do something basketball related, but I know you and I would have talked for about an hour over that. So I kept it simple tonight.
Black, gray, or blue?
Red, black, gray, or blue. One got to go.
Dude, that's like every color of a team I love.
Uh-huh. The New Jersey Devils.
I'm saying.
The Cowboys.
I'm saying.
Yeah, dog.
Like,
I know. I got
Mavs.
you. Yeah. One got to go.
Well, considering that the Devils wear black jerseys sometimes, I'll go with red.
There it is. Easy.
That sucks.
Hey, it does. You know why? Because
it sucks.
I'm right in the same boat, Jay, if you think about it. One got to go, right? Red.
One got to go.
Black, gray, blue. Nevada Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Gray and blue. Tampa Bay, red. And then I just love black.
Yeah.
So,
well,
damn.
Yeah. If you don't like black,
one got to go.
Something wrong with you.
I can't get rid of black.
Nah. That's neutral.
So for me,
neutral.
Since I still got majority of the blue in Nevada, I'll say the gray has to go. It hurt though. I don't want to get rid of none of them. It hurt.
It does hurt.
It sure hurts so good.
Well, hey, you know what? Some people have a top 100. Some people have a top 50. Some even have a top 25, or they go the easy route and get a top 10. But here at Big Game Sports Buzz, we have a top 5. You got to pick who's in, who's out. This week's topic, top 5 GOATs in any sport of all time. Now, listen to what I'm saying here, folks. We're not talking about the sport. Don't give me, this sport is a sport and this isn't a sport. No. GOATs of a sport of all time. You got to pick 5, though. 5. I know Big Game he's always saying, he's like, man, I hate you.
Hey, man, I love the top 5. I love debate. I love conversation.
This is it.
Jay, first and foremost,
yes, sir.
GOAT means greatest of all
time. That's it.
Now, you think about from the time sports were created to now.
Yep.
You think about the different sport types. You have Olympic sports.
Yes.
You have professional football, basketball, baseball, tennis.
Yes.
Some might say rock throwing, dart. I don't know. Gymnastics.
NASCAR.
Fuck, man, you driving a car. No.
That's
Golf.
an athlete.
Golf.
That's an athlete.
How the hell do we pick 5?
That's how we
5 goats
because
of
I like
all
to see
sports. Let me tell you something. You tell the dudes and the dads that came up with this.
Shout out to Big Rob and Drew.
When y'all was having some sips and talking about the kids playing basketball.
Yes.
Y'all came up with this foolishness.
Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Rob. Appreciate you, man.
Rob, if I ever see you, it's gonna be.
I got you, homie.
Something on site.
I got you, big homie.
It's gonna be a what the hell, Bo, on site.
I got you, big homie.
So anyway, yeah, Jay. I don't know how anybody categorizes this easily. I don't think they do. But you know what I'm gonna do?
Do it.
I'm gonna give you mine.
Give it.
Because, hey, and don't pay attention to my order. Don't. This is what I came up with. Jackie Robinson. Right? Reggie White.
So you pointed at your chest for those that listen on Spotify and your and Apple Podcast.
Okay, I didn't get to that. I didn't say him yet. I'm gonna say him for last, even though it's no order. So, all right, Jackie Robinson, Reggie White, Serena Williams, Kobe Bryant, Muhammad Ali. Now you're gonna say Reggie White? What? And the reason I put Reggie White, and it's the only explanation I'm gonna give out the whole list, because all these people are GOATs. They're greats. Reggie White was the one player I felt like I wanted to be like. I emulated, and I had a chance to meet him when I had a chance to go to the league and play in the league. And I was starstruck. Reggie White made me feel starstruck meeting him because I wanted to be like him. And this is talking about a Christian, down-to-earth man who lost his life suddenly while sleeping. So Reggie White will always be a GOAT in my book because of people like Reggie White. Why I even decide, why I end up he helped me decide to lace him up and work as hard as I did. But dude, you think about all the people that get left off a list like this.
Man, you about to get some phone calls, bro. So people gonna hit you up on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. Hit him up because oh wow. Okay, let me just go ahead and get to mine, man.
And we can go ahead, do you. And if we can talk about it later, we'll talk about it.
There you go. I don't do mine in order. That's just what I do.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put out the obvious. Muhammad Ali. Okay. There you go. Enough said there. Bill Russell. He's on my list.
Can't argue that.
Tiger Woods. He's on my list. Greatest of all time. Yes, sir. Serena Williams. I got to put my boo on there. I love you, Serena. I love you. Invite me back sometime.
Be careful.
And then finally, Tony Hawk. There is no one. He transcended a niche sport to make it cool to be involved with it. You don't even have to skateboard. As long as you're just known to be around it, you were cool. Like everyone knew who Tony Hawk was. He could just you knew who he was.
I mean, we're gonna talk because we need a top 5 show. We need a whole hour. We need a top 5.
That's true.
Show.
That's true. Yo, hit us up in the comments about topics that we can talk about in our top 5 show.
If you're watching it live,
yeah,
go ahead and leave a comment now.
Yeah.
If you're catching the recording and coming back later,
let us know.
Hey, first I want you to put what the hell, and then go, are you serious? And then let us know who your top 5 is. What the hell? Are you serious? And
who's
then give us your top 5.
Who's your top 5
goats of all time?
Yeah. Any sport. Yo, I'm Jay Stoggs. I got to jump out of here, but I'm Jay Stoggs, the Buff Nerd. You know what I mean? Make sure that you catch us again on Big Game Sports Buzz, Big Game Entertainment, all of that. You know, All Sports, All Players Network, ASAP on Roku, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon. We are now on there.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, YouTube, Facebook. Check us out. Make sure that you like, subscribe. Tackle that bell and tell someone. Tell at least one person. We're going to do it like we do at church. Reach out to one person. Tell one person about them and bring them with you next time.
Tell one person you know that Jay Stoggs likes Tony Hawk.
Love him. I love Tony Hawk.
Yes, sir.
He got me into skateboarding.
Nah, hey, that's real. That's a great list, man. That's Jay Stoggs. I'm Big Game James. This is Big Game Sports Buzz. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all check us out on all other platforms. If you like what we do, also make sure y'all kick off and donate to the channel. Y'all can find that in the description. Hey, have a great night. We'll see y'all next week.
Dope. It's a dope move.